Hey guys, here we are back with another episode of the Talos Principle 2. I've been very much enjoying this game and I get excited anytime that we get to play some more. So yeah, here we are. And as I'm loading in, I'm noticing that we have a notification that we need to check here in social media. My farming obsession, as someone who loves farming sims, I can relate. So I've been playing a ton of this old Gehenna game called Ancient Human Farmer. The title says it all. It's a sort of simple farming simulator. Maybe not the most sophisticated game, but I'm getting really obsessed with it. And I'm having some sort of emotional response to it that I can't exactly explain. Like, it makes me happy, but also sad. Who do you think they're romancing in this farming sim? Is it, Does anyone have any idea what is happening to me? The game appeals to you because of the human need to communicate with nature, to live a lifestyle that's not about dominating the world, but coexisting with it. You're sad because we can't ever return to being who we used to be thousands of years ago. But happy because it reminds you that at least something similar is still possible for us. Maybe it's because the people of Gehenna, despite the imprisonment, had an innocent view of the world that's permanently lost to us. I think it's actually the opposite of what Ovis is saying. These games are enjoyable because they take us back to a time when we still had agency, when we could build things, grow things, when we could impose our will on the world instead of being completely powerless and inactive. What you crave is the ability to contribute to humanity in real material ways, and you're sad because just simulating it is not enough. You don't want to farm, you want to be a pioneer, as we humans were born to be. Interesting. I don't think I had really thought of it in Damien's way, but I could definitely see that in some ways too. It's just a game, don't overthink it. Good old Pellegrino over here. I agree with Ovis. I agree with Libistros. I agree with Damien. Pellegrino's right. Maybe I'll stay with Ovis. You know, I think everybody there had some good points, but yeah. I guess I can see your point. Thanks for the feedback, everyone. I'll go play another round now. Oh, invite me next. Can we do some multiplayer together? Some co-op, perhaps? Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, I do remember last time that we were playing, we had just finished up Puzzle 6 here, but there's also a question mark in this direction, so let's go and see if we can figure out what's going on with that situation. I do remember as well, there was like this puzzle thing that we were doing somewhere. Somewhere in this. I think it's this one, yes. The engravings. So I think I found 2 of these. I want to say that I found the ones on the big islands. I think the only one that I haven't done is the one on the small island closest to the tower. So I'll just have to remember to do that today. Oh goodness, are we starting today on a triangle puzzle? Man, that's a little risky. This might be really tough. Very interesting entrance here. Kind of how you can like see through the grate there. Huh. All right. Lateral inhibition. Well, it sounds complicated, so yeah, that already makes me nervous. So we have an inverter that changes like red to blue or vice versa. We have an accumulator. Oh, I really like these. These are the ones that like really suck up the power. And we have a blue power source. I have a red input. And I think that red input powers this fan? I don't know why I need you, but okay. All right. Just, I probably don't need it, but it's just to make it complicated. Wonderful. Because we need that powered up to go through that door. Alrighty. Okay. So we can, what can we do? It kind of seems like everything that I need to do might kind of be from like setting up on this side and then taking it over there, and yeah. Yeah, you know. So if I get blue, we'll take our accumulator, so I can shine it through here, right? Yeah, I can. We'll do that. So then fan is blowing, but then this door is also open. Oh, but I need that door open too. Well, that's just terrific. I'm suddenly understanding the problem. Oh boy. Okay, all right. I've been struggling with this one for like 10 minutes now, and I feel like I'm going to move on to a potentially, I want to say simpler one. This one is probably so simple. Just to start off for my brain today, for my brain's sake, because yeah, oh. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to it. So we have 7 in this direction. I have a question mark over here. Maybe we'll go to the question mark first, since it appears like it might be a lab. Ooh, hello. Okay. Ooh, you're very damp and dank and kind of gross. Ooh, okay. Nothing, you can't go here, right? No, it doesn't seem like it. Ooh, lots of stairs. Goodness gracious. Ooh, it looks so cool. What in the world are you? It looks like some like a DNA strand. What is it pointing out, I wonder? Can't go in here, right? I can like see in there though. That's pretty cool. Okay. Alright. Oh, it scared me. Byron, is that you? Yeah, what are you doing here?
This is where they must have lived. Athena and Miranda.
Really?
You know, for a moment, I almost expected to find them here.
Aww. I feel so bad for
The only thing
Byron.
that's still functional is the megastructure. I'm sorry. This must be awfully strange for you being thrown into all this history. But that's why I needed you. Because you're not burdened with all these memories and conflicts and regrets. Weigh on our minds like a nightmare.
A nightmare?
Our civilization is caught in a loop, 1K. We freed ourselves from the simulation, but now we're trapped again, and it's our own fault. We're afraid of taking responsibility, afraid of growing up. Instead, we make up some capitalized words and build up all these myths around them. Nature, balance, the founder, the goal. We're afraid to face the randomness of the cosmos, but equally afraid to imagine a better world. So we're stuck. I've been trying to find a way out for years. Something, anything, to get people to understand that we do actually have free will. That building a thriving, expanding civilization doesn't have to involve repeating the mistakes of the past. But I failed. Over and over.
Mm-hmm. And you think we've discovered here, what we've discovered here could change things? Yeah, why did you fail?
Because for some reason, people find it easier to cling to cynicism and self-hate than to actually have hope. Because believing the worst about ourselves, calling ourselves sinners and fools, somehow still seems wise. Yes, because this is something unexpected, an anomaly. Everything we found on this island challenges who we have become. It shows us that different answers are possible, and maybe that can break people out of the loop. All we need is a spark. Maybe that's why she made all this, the puzzles, the towers. A way of jolting us out of our complacency.
I hope so. I honestly don't know. I don't think so. I honestly don't know.
Neither do I, 1K. But I try to be optimistic.
I appreciate that,
Now,
Byron.
let's see what else we can find here.
Yeah, wow. I mean, this is like so different than every, you know, quote unquote lab we found before. This is like a home. They've got decor, like paintings. I wonder what this would have been for. It's like a control panel. So interesting. And then maybe this is an actual lab over here. Ooh.
Melville,
That
eyes
looks
on one
scary.
case screen. Is this thing what I think it is?
Blow my fuse box. It sure looks that way. Best not touch it until I get there.
But I want to touch it. Of course, sound advice, but what is it? Why not? You won't get here in time. My curiosity's too great. Your advice is heard, understood, and boring as fuses. I feel like I'm feeling very much this answer.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
You're probably
1K.
right. I do so. Nor do you. Tell me then. I take your point. I'd still like to make a guess. Tell me then.
I think it's a somnodrome.
Oh, a hootie
It's
whatty?
a sort of analytics tool for processing mental data that Melampus streamed up.
But all he ever did was sketch out the theory. As far as I'm aware, he never actually built one.
Looks like the founder gave it a go.
Let me see you. Are you coming to say hi to me and the viewers here? Hang on. Let me see you. Let me see my big boy. There he is. Hang on. My son. You just coming to say hi? Were you feeling a little lonely? Here. Right here. Right here. Papa. There you are. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. How does it work? Can you explain it like I was born yesterday?
Well, what we know is that our deeper algorithms are hard to pass. Melampus stipulated that the computational power to interpret them in real time would always be beyond us. But in theory, the somnodrome would interpret that data and loop it directly to our senses.
People were hoping to find answers to the big questions by having a conversation with our own subconscious. If you ask me, it's solipsistic at best, and pseudoscience regardless.
That may be. But if the founder figured it out, then that device could be an extremely important discovery.
We should try it. We should study it. We should disable it. No, we should try it.
I would advise against it. You may have survived all those data stream overloads, but interface with that thing and you're liable to get bricked.
Ooh.
Not to mention risking the data we could get from it.
Ah, I don't care about the data. I want to plug in. Fine, let's get the data instead. Ah. I feel conflicted here. I mean, think about it. This is like, Athena and Miranda's home. And like, you know, it's literally like a chair for you to plug in. I feel like if we don't experience what they intended it, you know, it to be, we would miss out on something. Like, I'm sure the data is very important, but I really want to do it.
Sorry, Melville, but if 1K wants to do this, I won't get in the way. It's his decision.
Understood. But if 1K starts to smoke, don't be slow to pull the plug.
Okay. I asked for this. I think there was like one of those hand thingamabobs too. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Well, that seemed uneventful.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah?
What did I say? You fried it. Who knows what data we've lost?
Oh no. I regret everything. I regret nothing. Oh. But I wouldn't have known unless I tried.
Melville, I still think it's worth you coming here to take a look.
I think so
Okay,
too.
let's pack up and explore the rest of this lab.
Oh. Private message. Am I about to be like chewed out by Melville? Oh. Melampus, the Somnodrome. A private message from number 8. To all of you on this expedition, I'm sure you have questions about the Somnodrome, but I'm afraid I can't answer them. It was a dream I had a long time ago when I was a different person, and it has long since faded. I did build a prototype of sorts, at least of one part of its systems, but none of it ever functioned the way I wanted it to. Whatever Athena may have done with my invention, the truth is that I'm simply not interested in the affairs of New Jerusalem anymore. I care as little for Byron's utopianism as I do for Herman's religious pessimism. I'm not sure I care about anything at all, really. In fact, I think not caring may be the only answer. And at the end of the day, everything is transient, even the self. I've learned to let go. Please do not respond. I value my privacy. Interesting. So, Melampus here says, I don't care about New Jerusalem. Do they not live in New Jerusalem? Are they like off the grid? I wonder if we'll get to meet them. Prototype device 1K discovered. Melampus, one of the Loopier first companions, dreamed up the Somnodrome back in the day. It was supposed to help us visualize the black box that is our own internal algorithms, and so provide some kind of moral or spiritual insight. It never properly worked, of course. Apparently the founder took an interest and experimented further with the technology, correcting some of the mistakes Melampus made. Still a load of tosh if you ask me, but maybe she made it work. Maybe. Interesting. Okay, and was there, you know what, I was thinking that I saw a, oh, yeah, I did see this. Wait a minute, is there another door? Let's read this first. Somnodrome prototype. Prototype notes, Melampus believed that the answers we're looking for, the correct way for the individual to exist ethically in society and world, are within us. Our failure to him was not failing to create a better system, but failing to truthfully reflect what always exists within our minds, a failure of connection between the high and the low, the inner and the outer. On most days, that seems wrong to me, but sometimes when I think of where New Jerusalem is headed, I wonder if the Somnodrome doesn't hold an answer after all. I took some time to build a prototype according to the original blueprints, but there's a lot Melampus didn't account for. Still, I'm almost certain I could apply some of my knowledge and make it work. The question is, should I? That's it's like an interesting thought. So apparently, like, this device was under the theory that, like, we already have, like, the answer somewhere within us, how, like, to perfectly exist in a way, like, ethically in our society. But, like, you know, I almost feel like if that was the case, I mean, we'd already be aware of it. And, like, you know, I think ethics and that kind of deal can vary from person to person. So, man, that's a toughie right there. It's okay, there's just like another room over here. Oh, but it's showing, whoa. It's showing like the particles. It like went over to that and like showed like a rock. It's like almost like teleporting. Interesting. Oh wow, we have a lot here. From Thekla. Beloved founder, wherever you have gone, I continue to have faith in something. You are our mother, our creator, the chosen of the progenitor. I am certain that this is a test, a trial like the ones you faced in the simulation, and we will learn from your example and keep the faith. Praise your name, Thekla, 862. And we have Noema Project 6. Trials 1310 to 1392. Results confirm the anomaly is consistent. There is no error in trial 108. The error is in our understanding. And then, wow, we need to start over. What did she discover? Next. From Miranda to Athena. I went ahead and ran the next set of trials anyway. I know you said to wait, but the data we got from the last batch was just too amazing. Every step leads to the next, like a progression of musical notes. We're so close. What were you close to? The Noema design. It had that number again, the 5358. Ooh, okay.
The singularity sustained itself longer this time.
Did we get the data?
We did. I think we just obsoleted quantum physics.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to be able to replicate these results.
You know, I've been wondering. You told me that in the simulation, one thing that kept you motivated was looking for answers. Do you think that with the work we're doing, we'll ever run out of questions to ask?
I don't think so. Trying to understand the universe means asking the same question over and over. How? How do you make fire? How do earthquakes happen? How does gravity work? How do particles behave? You keep digging deeper, finding another set of mechanisms, another set of hows. Step by step, you demystify reality. But then, if you keep doing it long enough, one day, you run out. You've answered all the hows. You know how the universe works. So, now what?
Now you ask why? Isn't that the next step?
It's not quite that easy. The question of why cannot be answered. Even if it could, it would only be followed by another why. At some point, you have to accept that it all just exists. But there is another set of questions. What's next? You've stripped away the layers of mystery, you've laid bare the machinery. Now you have to start building, to add your own layers of meaning.
Interesting. And so maybe that's what she's doing
okay?
now?
You overloaded again.
I'm fine. I saw Athena again.
Yes, I saw. It came through on your stream. Strange to hear her voice again. But that was her. The way I remember her. The real Athena. Not this imaginary founder.
Tell me more about her. Oh, how well did you know her? Let me see. Tell me more about her.
I was one of the first she woke up. There was just a handful of us in those days. A small family in the ruins of a dead civilization. It was hard. Harder than anyone can possibly imagine. We had nothing except what Alexandra Drennan and the Institute left us. Now that everyone lives in civilization, they don't understand how necessary it was for us to build that civilization. They can fantasize about living in balance, limiting growth, retreating behind our walls. They don't understand what it really means to live in the wilderness. How close we came to not making it. How many people we lost. Yema was just the first. But Athena understood. She believed in humanity. She believed in us. In the inherent value of consciousness. Her dreams were so much bigger. She wanted us to reclaim the Earth, to reach for the stars. build and grow and learn.
So why did she leave? So why isn't she remembered that way? Well, let me ask this.
I
don't know if he
don't
knows.
know.
Yeah, but
I understand why she became frustrated when the city started thinking more about itself than about the future. It was frustrating for all of us. But we were still fighting for that future together. What I don't understand is why she didn't tell me.
Me neither.
If she came here to do all this, why didn't she bring me along?
I feel so bad for him. I'm sorry, it must have been hard to lose your mentor. She shouldn't have deserted her people. She did what she thought she had to do. I don't know.
You might be right. But I'd like to think she had her reasons, and maybe we're not that far from finally understanding.
Maybe.
Speaking of which, let's get back to exploring. Melville should have reconnected the next station by now.
One thing that's like interesting whenever we go into like those streams of seeing like Athena and Miranda, you know, it's like almost like they're in the maps and the worlds designed by the you know, puzzles that we were trapped in the first game. It's like, so were they in a like a simulation or what? So interesting. Alright, let's go out this way. Oh, so this was the door that we couldn't go through before. Now it's open. Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go out of here. And we will head toward maybe puzzle 7? Something like that? Something like that. Okay, so puzzle 7 is in that direction. Was just kind of looking around to make sure there weren't any other like question marks I was seeing right now, and I don't think so. So yeah, let's go this way. Oh, is 7 right here? Oh man, we didn't have to go far for it. Okay, all right. Hopefully this, oh boy. I was about to say, hopefully this will be a little bit better than the question mark one we were trying to do. I'm suddenly a little nervous. Rainbow is the name. So we have to do all 5 of these to open this thing? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have red power and we have blue power. Oh boy. Well, we're going to need at least 1 green. So we will start with that and grab the green, and then that actually may have been a bad call. The green has to go on the outside, because if I do that, then we can't get it in through the beam. It's gonna like dissect it. I'm not gonna be able to do this basically. 'Cause yeah, it's not getting that red. So maybe then the accumulator needs to be red? Possibly? I'm just gonna let you chill right here. And then we'll get... I think. We'll get you, and just put you... I guess, like... Well, I need to, like, actually connect it to stuff. That'd be helpful. We're gonna just, like, let you chill right there. And then I need blue, which we can do by doing this. I'm gonna mess that up again. Oh, gosh. Man, oh man. Wait a minute, hang on. No? Okay, I think we actually do have it. I was like thinking I didn't have the right solution. We got the right solution. Cool, there we go. Cool, cool. I was thinking we needed to do the green for the accumulator, but it was kind of opposite thinking. Man, that's pretty though. Alrighty. So, then we have 8 over here. There's also another question mark over in this direction. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Is 8 in here? Yes, this is 8. And then I guess we could go to the question mark after 8. Yeah, let's do this. Remember what? So we have a red power source. We have a connector. Have an accumulator through here. We have a fan. There's like another fan. Oh, wow. An end result, we're trying to get over here, I think. We need to get red power to it. All right. Okay. Okay. So, how do? Let's... I can't shoot this over, right? I don't think that's gonna go over. I think it's just gonna kind of like bloop. Yeah, it just kind of pushes it. All right. Can I reach the power source at all? I can reach the power source. Okay. So we have that red. So that's something. Let me just let you chill right there. And then I'm gonna get this guy. And we can now do this and that. What's over here? We have a cube. Okay. That's cool. Oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. So wait a minute, hang on. What do you do? Oh, you also keep this door open. Interesting. All right. Well, if I do this, then I'm not gonna be able to. Oh, okay. Oh, we can still do it. This is fine. But because of the placement of that, I'm not able to do things. So maybe if I just move it a little bit, like right there, then we can do all of them. All right. So now technically I don't have to like have that one powered. That's not a huge deal. I just really need that. Oh, but we need to do this in order to get that open. Oh. Okay. So there's the finish. And we need this powered on to do it. So I need like something standing on top of a cube to power that. Oh man. Wow, oh wow. All right. Man, they saved an interesting one for last, that's for sure. So, I I mean, I guess right now, like, having that turned around is not, like, super duper helping me. So, like, I could possibly do something here. So cube is over there now. And then we can put cube there. I can take this, put you on there, and then we can shoot both of them over. So now we have everything on this side. I think that's good. I think. Okay. So then we can just do that. And is it really this simple? Then what is the point of... I was about to say, what is the point of this? So I have my connector over here now, but it doesn't have power, at least not right now. So let's do that. Oh, but as soon as I go and pick up the power source, it's gonna like screw up stuff. Maybe I could like more strategically place the power here. Possibly so. Possibly so. This is tough. This is a struggle. I feel like I need the red power source, like somewhere on this side. Do I need that? If this is like sitting with a connector, it doesn't have like actual power going to it. So yeah, it seems like we need it over here somehow, some way. Let me like go back here. And okay, all right. Okay. Let's put you on there. And I'll take you. We're gonna power you that way now. And so, now that this is open... Oh, but as soon as I move that, it's gonna... Oh, as soon as I move this, it's going to... Hang on. We can do this. I just need to keep it open that way now. And then... Now I can pick up you, right? That's what I needed to do. Okay, all right, so now we have everything over here. Cool beans. Now we can take you, put you there, grab this, do boop, and maybe a little bit closer. Boop, and boop. There we go. Aww. I was just like not moving that connector close to the entrance again. Just once I was like, hang on, hold up. Let's utilize this. Then everything started to click a little bit better. Thanks for bearing with me there. All right, so we have all the numbers done. And we have another palm reader here. Consume. Box pop number 9. From an interview with a protester outside the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. So why did you join the protest? Artificial intelligence is inherently dangerous to the planet's ecosystem. Defending that ecosystem is our responsibility. In which way is artificial intelligence dangerous? I'm not some paranoid idiot imagining Skynet taking over the world, alright? That's science fiction, but what we're talking about here is an artificial intelligence without any of the attachment we have to the natural world. It is not capable of distinguishing between, say, an ore and a tree. Everything's just resources to it. People like Sarabai or Drennan talk about ethics and philosophy, but they all embrace the same extractivist ethos that has brought us to the brink of disaster. Their intelligent being would try to optimize the world in its image, and in so doing, consume it. Question, when something... interesting. And then another question, but so far they're saying it's all theoretical. The atom bomb was theoretical at first too. When something is there, someone's going to use it. Miranda says, why couldn't they imagine that we might care about the world? I don't know. Maybe because they were too used to no one else caring. I think it's like also one of those things too where you know, this game brings up a lot of mention about like consciousness, and like as like for someone like me, you know, the idea that we could like carry on our thoughts and everything to like another being, like even after once our physical bodies decay and pass away, is a very interesting one. But the even possibility of like our consciousness being carried over to something else seems impossible in some ways. Like, you know, maybe there will be a day where we do get to that point, but like I can see why these people here, the protesters, may have you know also kind of been under that assumption, like, oh, the idea of consciousness being carried over is not possible, and all of your ideas of morals and ethics and love and, you know, everything that you carry with you that makes you human not being possible. So, but obviously what it was in this case, so that's interesting. Founding 5. Hypatia's Journal 5. From Hypatia's Journal, Volume 1. The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 200. Construction on our new home is coming along nicely. We finished 2 new buildings last week, and this week we started on our new lodgings. Athena and Cornelius have plans to erect a tower in the middle of the settlement, which will serve as our administrative center and main heliport. But right now, that's still a long way off. Decades, at least. It's hard to imagine that one day we'll be able to erect structures like that there will be enough of us to need that much space. But then I look at the dam and I remind myself, our ancestors built that with their short lifespans and soft flesh and bone bodies. And then I think there's really no limit to what we can achieve, given enough time, patience, and the capacity to dream. And then good old Trevor 5.
Strap in, this is a long one.
Oh?
You may have heard the story of the carpenter who died to redeem humanity's sins. It's a powerful story, bittersweet, very human, and I just want to tell you that it's true. He was a real person, and his name was John. John Carpenter. He was born in the year 1948, and he was the coolest filmmaker to ever walk the earth. From Halloween to The Thing to They Live, the totally underrated In the Mouth of Madness, mind you, he just made classic after classic. All of his movies, really fun, really atmospheric, but also really smart. Even when they were goofy, most directors would kill to have made just one of those movies. And what did he get for it? A big, fat truckload of nothing.
Aww.
Well, less than nothing. The studios, the critics, even the fans, they hated him. The Thing, okay, for example, which is about as perfect a movie as you can make, completely torn to shreds. And his career never really recovered. Every movie after that was a struggle, and after a while, he just got tired of it and quit. He only really came back to movies in his 70s. How many works of genius did we never get because of that? Look, I have a point here. People like Carpenter, people like Alex. They're not always appreciated in their own time. If you just do what's popular, you might never create anything important. Of course, we admire people who did the right thing, who didn't conform, but we only ever admire them after the fact. What matters is to support people when it's difficult.
Well said, Trevor. That is a sight.
Sometimes it seems the only choices we have are renouncing civilization or mindless expansion. But that's not the only path forward. Embracing deliberate control over nature doesn't have to mean destruction. We are a species of artists and artisans, blessed with the ability to transform the raw material of the cosmos into new and better shapes. Shapes that have meaning. With our technology, we can take this chaotic world, so full of suffering, and turn it into a work of art.
Maybe I'll take that one too. Oh, so I forgot to mention, since our last time playing, I got a bunch more fans for my PC. For one, I should have gotten them like a year ago when I like upgraded a bunch of parts in my PC, just because those new parts were not being properly supported by my low amount of fans in my old case. But also in my old case, I didn't really have any room for new fans, to be fair. So my husband, he recently got rid of his old case, which was a lot better than my previous case. So this past weekend, he switched out all of my PC parts into his old one and put my new fans in there. So I currently have the game running at a higher graphics setting than I did before. And again, not because my old PC couldn't do it, like graphically wise, but just because when I had games running at higher settings, it was just getting so overheated. So yeah, now I can use my graphics card and CPU and everything to their ultimate potential without worrying about everything melting down. So that's quite nice. Man, I'm struggling with this one. Maybe we'll like start with like something like that instead. There we go. So, normally I would just run straight ahead into the tower. However, we have this sketch to go over to this island over here. So I think there is a little something. Okay, so we have a star now. Awesome. What I think I'll do is I'll go in the tower first, and then we'll go to the star before we leave this island. Yeah, let's do that. Okie dokie. So in we go. Oh, it's a little bit daunting. It's inside. Oop. Oh boy. Hello again.
Halt, creature of clay. You have taken another step towards the flame. Before you continue, ask yourself, have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Or have they brought nothing but strife?
Without his gifts, we would no longer even exist. His gifts have greatly eased the suffering of the world. We have made mistakes in using them, but the good outweighs the bad. They have caused great harm, but they cannot be put back into the box. They have been a curse to my people. Lady, I'm a robot. Oh, I'll say this.
Without Prometheus, your ancestors would never have fallen. And you would have all the natural gifts that your people have now lost.
Disasters always happen. Without the gifts of Prometheus, we would be defenseless. We've gained as much as we have lost. We are better now than when we were flesh. We can't change the past. We are what we are. You're right, I grieve for what we lost. Maybe we've gained as much as we've lost?
And yet you may lose everything before the end. Consider this as you continue your quest.
But I need to know more. Bring on the laser, baby. What color do we have this time? Blue. Alrighty. Ooh, an achievement. Activate the tower in the flooded valley.
There's 3 towers per cardinal direction and 3 entities. You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged. 1 tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus at all.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
I don't know. I think he's onto something. That is interesting that we haven't like seen him in any of these yet. Alright, so I still need to go to the star, which yeah, it was like right here at the entrance. Perfect. Do-do-do. Nice. Nice.
None may know what came first, error or sin, and yet every choice depends on it.
Okay, alright. Into the capsule we go. And next up, we have Lost Marshes, North 3. Alright, let's do it. So cool. See the blue beam.
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice.
Oh.
After they died, most coastal
Look at the
settlements were
sky.
flooded by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus when I was an apprentice.
Wow, that would have been cool.
That's exactly why the founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
Oh.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same. Their mistake was forgetting that, telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
Man, this is cool. But I'm noticing like a lot of like dead trees here. Interesting. Alright, so we're starting with the cool one. I noticed this when we first arrived here. Oh, interesting. Substitution. I don't know why I was struggling to read that. Are we going to get something new here? Bring an item to swap. Oh. Well, that's intriguing. I have a fan. So if you want an item, you have to leave an item. Interesting. All right, well, now I have a cube. Okie dokes. Cool. But I need my fan back. So, cube and fan. Interesting. All right. Okay, so this one doesn't really introduce like a new tool per se, but just it limits like kind of what you can
I've had a
use.
closer look at the Somnodrome. You know, the one that one cave fried. It's based on
Sorry.
the original prototype with some modifications. As usual, the data is a mess, but I strongly suspect there might be a functional version somewhere.
I know some of you have heard stories about the answers this device might reveal, but please remember, that is not our main priority here. Keep an eye open for it, but focus on finding Athena.
Alright. Then we have number 2. Man, it's interesting like how all of these like puzzle rooms here are like in these like elevated structures. Maybe the foundation wasn't sound? Possibilities. Okay, so we have a cube, okie dokes, and I have an accumulator. I'm so glad we still have our accumulator friend. Love the accumulator. It's great. Oh, but I can't reach you. Oh, interesting. Can I take the fan? No, I can't take the fan. Oh, but is there a fan here that we can take? Oh, it's, hang on, hold up. I feel like I should be able to to jump up there. Maybe I need the cube first. All right, so you can't do that. Okay, all right. But what I can do is swap like that, and but I need power first. Okay. All right. How can I? How? Oh, I know how. That's connected. Okay. All right. That's what I was missing. So let's put you back. Thankfully, it still keeps the power. Then we jump up here, grab that, swap, connect, and there we go. Cool. Cool. Hey, great. This swap thing, it doesn't seem too bad so far. Thankfully so. I am noticing that we have a home reader over here as well. From Yarnith. Archived message from Yarnith to Athena. Beloved founder, I beg you to return to us. We cannot achieve the goal without you. You are the one who defied Elohim, who overcame the trials of the simulation. What are we before that? How can we possibly find a path that will not lead us to the mistakes of the past? You are our sole link to the wisdom of the progenitor. 5358. Got you. We are lost. Praise be your name, Yarnith. Like, I'm assuming it's trying to say without you, we are lost. So does 5358, is that just like a code for the word with? We've seen 5358 so many times now. Like, I think even at one of those Noema project things that we came across. Huh. Human construction. Excerpted from What's Wrong with the World by G.K. Chesterton. Our modern prophetic idealism is narrow because it has undergone a persistent process of elimination. We must ask for new things because we are not allowed to ask for old things. The whole position is based on the idea that we have got all the good that can be got out of the ideas of the past, but we have not got all the good out of them, perhaps at this moment, not any of the good out of them. And the need here is a need of complete freedom for restoration as well as revolution. 5358. And I was thinking that that meant like with, you know, because the without thing. I need to look at that again. There is one metaphor of which the moderns are very fond. They are always saying, you can't put the clock back. The simple and obvious answer is you can. A clock, being a piece of human construction, can be restored by the human finger to any figure or hour. In the same way, society, being a piece of human construction, can be reconstructed upon any plan that has ever existed. You can indeed turn the clock back, but it stops ticking, it's dead. Black snow. From selected archive documents A through C, the coal mine finally brought decent jobs. It lifted us up from poverty, it made us proud. We weren't just ordinary workers, we were the lords of the underworld, and with our skills, we kept the whole country alive. The mine also brought black lung, gruesome injuries, and death. And when it went away, it brought the collapse of our entire society. As for the plant, I know it brought electricity and even more jobs, and I know that a difference that made in people's lives. I also know that when we used to go out and play, there were black flakes in the snow. Why didn't they just switch to a safer technology once they realized coal was dangerous? Failed to load profile. They didn't always have a choice. Sometimes coal was all they had, or were allowed to have, and the alternative was poverty. At other times, they wanted to switch, but there were powerful interests. To prevent change, we can't blame people for the world they were born into. Let me look at this again. So, like, I was thinking about it, like, so 5358, without you, we are lost. So the only part that would be missing, I was thinking it was with at first, W-I-T-H, but T-H is already there. So W-I, like just we? Were they trying to play a Nintendo console? We would like to play. Oh man, I felt like we were on to something, but now I feel even more confused than when we went in. Oh boy. All right, friends. So here we are in a brand new world. I'm excited to continue exploring it. So is that one up on the cliffside there? That'll be cool. But for now, we're going to have to end it here. I'm super excited to continue with some more next time. As a reminder, anybody who's been enjoying these videos, big thank you to everyone who's taken the time to leave comments on the videos. Really appreciate that. And in case you didn't know, these videos are available up to or at least 24 hours early for our tier 2 members. So if you want to support the channel and see the videos early, definitely consider becoming a member of the channel. Really appreciate all the subscribes and support too that way. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, friends.